So today we are going to be talking about hormonal acne. This is going to be saved to our IGTV as well. So for anyone that can't stay the whole time or you want to reference it back after, don't worry, it will be there. Anna, hi, welcome. To see if anyone else is going to hop on before I get into the nitty-gritty. Yes, I was stuck at a train, and if you live in London, our trains go at like the least optimal times, lunchtime, work hour, rush hour in the morning. And then when I got to the studio, we have no internet. So funny. So funny. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so again, if you guys have any questions about hormonal acne, hormonal imbalances, I'm not a super expert. This is what I know. This is in my experience. Sorry, that just cut out. I had a practice, so my background is holistic nutrition and aesthetics. I had a practice for about 5 years or so. I teach part-time at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. So this is just based on my knowledge, my experience with various people. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to cover some diets, supplements, do's and don'ts, products to use, routines, how to do the tools, things like that. Now, this applies to any and all ages, especially adolescents. I always get a lot of DMs wondering the best skin protocol for teens. The best thing you can do for teens is to get them started on a good diet and to get them understanding why healthy whole food is important for the rest of their life. There's various stages throughout your life when your body cells kind of like, for just to simplify it, remember like that period of time. And adolescence is one of them. So it's really important. I keep freezing. I hope I'm not freezing on your end. So it's really important that you shape them and you help them to understand what their bodies are doing right now and what they need. So skin is a reflection of internal. Yes, there are creams, there are soaps, there are scrubs, treatments, and tools that can help you have optimal skin, but you really do have to do the other inside work. There is people that are born with amazing genes, and yes, they can eat like crap and do nothing and their skin is beautiful. That is rare. You usually have to do the work. So let's get into it. I have a slide show here beside me, an older one that I use to teach, so I'm going to reference it just so I don't forget anything. But let's start with some of the basics of how hormonal acne can start. So there's various things. Starting young, puberty, right? Our hormones are finding basically a new path in life, and you are creating a lot of new excess hormones in the body that maybe aren't eliminating. Maybe you're not going to the bathroom all the time. Maybe your toxic load is a lot. And remember, everyone's body is unique and different. So everyone's toxic load is different. So puberty is one. Birth control is a huge one that can affect hormonal acne. A lot of doctors will put you on it because you have hormonal acne. Realize that is a Band-Aid effect. That is not fixing anything. You're just like throwing literally a Band-Aid over the sore. And when you take that Band-Aid off, it's going to be worse. So we've got birth control, we've got food and diet. So if you don't eat organic foods, now this isn't like a scare tactic, but if you eat a lot of animal products and they aren't organic, I don't know why I just said products. I think I was going to say produce, products. They are filled with excess hormones because farmers pump their animals full of hormones to make them grow faster, to get them to market, to sell them. So you're eating all that excess hormones. You're putting that in your body. Estrogen, excess estrogen is very common in women and men. It's getting increasingly common in men. And then, of course, if you don't eat organic produce and things like that, you can ingest hormones in different ways, like through the soils, through chemicals. Hi, guys. Plastics, chemical skincare and body care products, receipt papers. All of these carry things called xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are just fake estrogens. And what they do is they enter your body and they look for a receptor site to lock onto and basically pretend they are estrogen. And you can imagine if this happens over and over and over again and it's not real estrogen, that it just kind of wreaks havoc on the body. Before you know it, you have estrogen dominance, or you're too low in progesterone, or your testosterone isn't on the mark, various things. So body products, skincare products, food, diet, lifestyle, stress. Stress is like the worst thing ever. I think it's worse than eating the wrong kinds of foods. Stress can really wreak havoc on hormonal balance. And you're welcome. And really messing with how things work. Creating inflammation. We need a little bit of inflammation. Inflammation helps to fight the bad guys, but when you are overtaken by inflammation, then not good things happen. You're more on the acidic scale, and acne is more to happen just related to like skincare kind of stuff. Okay. Of course, when you have a baby, when you're pregnant, your hormones are much different, and you might experience hormonal during or after hormonal acne. So excess hormones and hormonal imbalances are caused also by negative emotions, emotional stress, physical stress, xenoestrogens we went over, hormone therapy like the pill, diets, genetic predisposition, and consuming foods with excess hormones, so non-organic meats and dairies and things like that. So we already went over kind of xenoestrogens and what to look for. So they are found in PCBs, BPAs, and phthalates. So that's why it's important if you are ever buying plastic to make sure that they are not made with these chemicals. Because maybe one time it's okay, but right, it's a toxic load. And the toxic load has never really been long-term studied for people. Everything gets detoxed through your liver, right? It's your largest detox organ. So the more you can help it out and take the load off the liver, the healthier and happier it's going to be, the better it's going to work for you, because it's going to actually be able to scavenge for what it needs to, bad things that are harming you versus like all the things that you just keep throwing at it. It's like, get out of here, stop doing this to me. So really trying to control your toxic daily load is very important to your overall health. Okay, what not to eat for hormonal acne. So a big one is high glycemic foods. So these are foods that break down in your body quickly. So high on the sugar scale. So you eat them and then instantly your cortisol and your sugar shoots up in order to give you a high, a rush, and then it's going to drop down. And then it's going to go like that all day. So that is kind of what it does to your hormones as well. So eating lower on the glycemic food scale is really, really important. Eating lots of fiber is really important for hormone balance for two reasons. Number one, fiber helps to grab excess toxins and just junk that doesn't need to be in your body anymore, and you poo it out, which is very important. And number two, fiber helps to slow the release of sugar once you eat something. So whether it's a natural sugar or not a natural sugar, fiber helps to release the shoot up of sugar in your body, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more balanced. So for instance, when you eat an apple, it's really good to have the peel when you take a bite, because the peel has so much pectin and fiber and good stuff in it that it slows the release of the sugar in the apple. Of course, if you're eating the peels, make sure they're organic, or make sure you wash those guys really, really good. Okay, so high glycemic foods trigger hormonal fluctuations and inflammation, both of which encourage acne. Choose low glycemic foods like veggies, whole grains, sweet potatoes, and fruits. So fruits that are lower on the glycemic scale. Pears, apples, some melons, plums, things like that. So a quick list to help balance your hormones. For anyone that just popped on, I have an old slideshow here that I'm just kind of reading and bouncing off of so I don't miss anything. So a quick list to help balance your hormones. I've got 8 here. Eat enough healthy fats, because healthy fats promote healthy hormones. They also help to decrease inflammation. Healthy fats are so important. They keep also your skin nice and plump. That's why it's not a bad idea to keep a few extra pounds on, especially as you age, because as we age, we lose collagen, we lose elasticity in our skin, which can make our skin sag, or if we lose a lot of weight quick, then you see all the crevices, you see all the soft lines, things like that. So it's a good idea just to keep a nice, healthy weight. And healthy fats will help you do that. They don't make you fat. They know just where to go. When you eat healthy fats, you want to focus on omega-3 and omega-9. So you've probably heard a lot about omega-6s. We eat a ton of those. They're in all boxed and bagged foods. They are everywhere. The thing is, omega-6s kind of have a threshold. So they're good up into a point. Then once you have too much in your body, it starts to become inflammatory. So be mindful if you cook with vegetable oils that were marketed as vegetable oils back in the day, so that you ate them. So that they sounded healthy. They're actually the least healthiest, really, of all the oils that you could cook with. For instance, so olive oil, avocado oil, you want to look for oils in dark glass bottles. If you're cooking with the see-through plastic oils, and you can see right through, they're yellow right there, they're probably already rancid. You're cooking with an inflammatory substance. Once you eat it, it's going to turn basically to an inflammation kind of product, causing product. So you want to make sure that you're cooking with healthy oils and eating healthy oils. You could also supplement with a good 369. Go to any of your health food stores, ask them lots of questions. There's lots of really, really great options out there, capsules or liquids. I kind of always like liquids. I just find that they are easier to break down and digest, right? Okay, limit caffeine, because caffeine sends your hormones into a whirlwind. Now, I love caffeine. I've already had 2 little coffees today. But you know you. So if you guys have been following me, you know maybe a few weeks ago, I just drank decaf for the month because my body was wacko. My body isn't usually wacko, and it was telling me, Nicole, something's up. You need to listen. So I cut out sugar and I cut out coffee. And everything came back down to a normal. And it's weird. I can almost tell, like, I'll go to have some coffee and my mind says I want it, and then I'll go to take a sip and my body is just like, instantly my mind is like, reject. And so I don't drink it. So listen to your body. You are an intuitive being. You know what's best for you. Remember that. You are your own expert if you listen to what your body's saying to you. Okay, avoid harmful chemicals. This is a huge one for hormonal acne. If you have hormonal acne or hormonal imbalances, you really do need to, hi Marley, you really do need to tune into where you're spending your money. Why are you spending on chemical things that are just adding to your toxic load that are going to make your situation worse, right? Be your own doctor, be your own expert, and limit your toxic load. Choose good things. Now, don't go home and like be in a frenzy and stress and chuck everything out, waste all your money. But whatever you use the most on your body, your hair, your face, internally, you need to switch to a chemical-free version. Find one out there, ask friends, ask family, and trust yourself. Prioritize sleep. Sleep is important for our circadian rhythm, which controls everything. It keeps our body in a beautiful place of homeostasis. Sleep is also where we repair and restore. It helps our hormones keep at a nice balance. So sleep is important. Not only just sleep, but like regular sleep at a consistent time every day. Like, don't go to bed at 8 Monday to Friday, and then on the weekends go to bed at 2. It's not a good thing. It throws your body just out of whack. That's why, I feel for shift workers. That is a hard journey on your body for sure. So prioritize sleep. Try not to look at your cell phone and your laptop and things right up until the point where you fall asleep. I fall victim to that, especially lately. I'm just going down all these rabbit holes everywhere. But the light actually signals to your body, like to your eyes, not to get sleepy yet, because it's like, oh, it's daytime. I think that's sunlight that I'm seeing right there. So be mindful of that. If you're like, well, Nicole, I'm not tired, that's why I just stay up so late. Might be because you're right in front of your gadgets. So put those aside. Supplement wisely is number 5. So supplement wisely, that means don't overburden your organs. Don't just go out and buy 8 supplements and start taking them all at once. I suggest doing like 1 or 2 at a time, seeing how you feel, see if they're working, right? Again, your liver is your largest detox organ, so give it a break, let it ease into things. Number 6 is exercise. Exercise is great to get things moving. Where there's movement, there is life. So movement through blood, oxygen, nutrients, and get the hormones moving. You don't want anything to stay stagnant anywhere, whether that's emotions, whether that's like your muscles staying sore and tight, blood, nutrients, anything like that. Consider adding herbs to your diet. Adaptogenic herbs are awesome when it comes to hormonal health because they adapt to your own personal individual environment. So they work in 2 ways. They're kind of like a thermostat. So they release when you're feeling stressed. They just know they get used to your environment and they let out the little soldiers to help you with your stress. Or they release when you're feeling fatigued to give you some natural energy. There's almost no contraindications, so they're generally very safe. And they are things like maca powder, which you've probably heard of, holy basil, which is one of my favorite teas, otherwise known as tulsi. We put that essential oil in our toner. Ashwagandha, rhodiola, ginkgo, things like that are all adaptogenic herbs. So look for those in your supplements or in powders to add to smoothies, oatmeals, granolas, things like that. And then lastly is to support your digestive health, right? We all know that our gut is like our second brain. So feeding your gut with good stuff is very, very important, if not essential, to creating optimal overall health. Hi, Sunshine and Beads. Nice to see you on here. Hi, Carol. So things like probiotics, prebiotics, including lots of prebiotic and probiotic rich foods in your diet is important because it gives your body multiple chances to gain a variety of bacterial strains. So the healthiest people, research has shown, have the most varieties of bacteria in their body. So things like kombucha, fermented pickled things like, my face just froze there, not in a good light. Sauerkrauts, pickled beets, but all these kinds of pickled things, you want to make sure that they are unpasteurized. If you see it and it's pasteurized, it's been through a heating process, and heat kills good bacteria. So then what's the point unless you just like the taste, right? Miso soups, organic tempeh, which is like tofu. All these things are great to add into your diet for hormonal balance. Do probiotics help reduce belly fat? I mean, I don't think directly, but indirectly they will, because they will help to decrease inflammation, and sometimes extra weight around the belly is increased cortisol, especially in women, which shows up as inflammation. So it can just be puffiness and holding on to fluid retention. So indirectly they could help, yes. Okay, so that is a few to-dos for your hormonal balance. So I think the biggest way to balance your hormones for clear skin is going to be to reduce stress. I know we hear this all the time, and you're like, Nicole, I don't want to hear it again. What the heck? But honest to God, I really, really do believe that stress is worse than most diets you're going to eat. Stress causes low-grade chronic inflammation all the time. And when you have low-grade chronic inflammation, that sets the environment and the tone for disease to thrive. So disease and viruses cannot thrive in an alkaline environment. That's not how that works. They need acidity. So you want to make sure that you are more alkaline on the scale. So if you saw my stories, I have these little strips that I just peed on in the morning. So I wanted to see where I was at. And I was on the alkaline scale, which was great. So it's a quick way to test out where you lay and then know what you need to change in your diet and lifestyle. So stress is a big one. This doesn't mean that you have to do like an hour of yoga or journal for ever and ever and ever. whatever stress reduction feels like to you, that's what you need to introduce daily. So for me, stress reduction is oddly cooking dinner or having an amazing shower and being able to do my skincare routine. I feel great after. I feel like my cortisol is lowered. I've taken a deep breath. So whatever stress reduction looks like to you, you really need to think about that and bring it into your lifestyle. Delegate things out. You're going to see a huge shift in your skin. If you know someone that's super, super stressed, their skin probably isn't super happy and super glowing and great. So keep that in mind. Eat foods that don't cause sugar imbalances. So the more from the earth they are, then the better they're going to be for you. Plain and simple. You know what's good. You know what isn't good. I don't need to go into all that. But specifically, omegas, you want to get fibers. You need to make sure you're going to the bathroom every day. If someone says to you, it's okay and it's healthy to go only every other day or a couple days a week or every other week, 100% this is not okay. You need to be having bowel movements every day because more likely than not, you are eating every day. You're breathing every day. You're feeling every day. You're having emotions every day. And those things need to be released. Otherwise, they're recirculating in your blood over and over and over and causing inflammation, adding to your toxic load because they're not exiting your body, right? That's why we have multiple ways, armpits, our mouth, our nose, our bum, to allow things to exit. Menopause came and everything changed. Weight, acne, etc. Yes, that can happen. So moving into that period of our life, it's really important to make a new plan because this is a new shift in our body. Our body is experiencing a new phase. And it's important to just take time, sit down, make a new plan for yourself, reassess your diet, your lifestyle, your supplements, and change what you need to. If you are experiencing hormonal acne and so like this, you have weight gain and you want to get it off, oftentimes going hard at the gym actually creates more stress in this situation. So the kinds of exercises you want to be introducing if you're experiencing hormonal acne and a lot of inflammation are things like walking, like yoga, like basic stretching, swimming, gentle exercises that do not increase stress and inflammation in the body. So that is that. Align Well with Cass is on here. And if you have anything to add to that because you're a gym expert, please do. Booch Organic Kombucha, yum. So we were just talking all about fermented foods. Booch is where it's at. They've got everything. They've got tons of different brands besides their amazing brand in their tap room. So check them out. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Eat tons of essential fatty acids. We talked about that. You should be including that with every meal and snack. My little Kai, I feed him so much fat because I know it's so good for his brain and I want him to have the biggest, bestest brain in the world. So we do a lot of fats in our house. We do ghee butter, we do coconut oil, olive oil, nuts and seeds, nut butters, fish a few times a week for sure. Whatever the fat is, we eat it. We're not afraid of fat. Like I said, good fats won't make you fat. You need them for your body. You need them for so many physiological processes in your body. So don't be afraid of fat. Align Well with Cass says, yes, stress can be induced by exercise, find movement that feels good on the body. 1,000%. I love walking. I love working out too. I love like going hard. But since I've been, maybe like a year before I got pregnant, I just love walking. I walked my entire pregnancy. I still just walk with Raj probably 3 times a day, and it's my favorite thing to do. I've been able to just keep my normal body no matter what. So Cass is right. You got to find the movement that really feels good for you because then also you'll stick to it. Okay, some supplements that are great for Jenny from the block. Jeez, love your name. Welcome. Supplements that are great for hormonal balance and hormonal acne. Magnesium. Why? So many reasons. Magnesium is responsible for over 300 functions in your body, which is insane. We sell it here in the shop. We sell it online, one of my favorite ones. But they're out of stock right now, so I'm waiting for it to come back in. But one of the biggest things is that it helps with insulin resistance, it helps you to sleep, and it's the chill pill mineral. So when you're feeling up here and you're feeling a bit cray, stress happens, your acne is going to flare up. Magnesium jumps in to help calm everything down. We also have a magnesium spray, which is wacko amazing. You just spray it right on the area to help everything chill. So if you're going to use it for hormonal acne, spray your bottoms of your feet and your belly, and spray it a week or so before you know your period's coming. You don't want to wait until things happen. It's like prevention, right? Preventative medicine. That's the best kind of medicine. So yes, it also helps to regulate cortisol levels, fights anxiety, fights stress, improves your sleep, like I said. And most of us are deficient in magnesium because our soils, not too long ago, used to be so rich and lush in the nutrients that our body needs. Now, from over farming and monocropping and not buying organic foods, our soils are so depleted. And so in turn, so are we. That is why supplementing is important. We can't possibly eat enough in a day to give our bodies what they need. So supplementation most likely is important for some period of time for most people. Okay, other supplements that are important are omega-3s, zinc, probiotics, and B vitamins. I can't say enough about B vitamins, especially as a woman. I don't know where my speech is today. Yesterday, Kevin's speech was, I don't even know what language he was speaking. And today it's me. It must be contagious. So B vitamins are, magnesium is our anti-stress mineral. B is our anti-stress vitamin. So B vitamins are who goes to bat for us when we're feeling stressed. And again, stress causes inflammation. So when you're stressed, your acne or your skin rash, your dermatitis will always be worse. Take your B vitamin. They're water soluble. So you are peeing and sweating it out all day long. So unless you're supplementing and putting it back in your body, you're getting less and less and less. You're getting more and more depleted. So look for a B complex. They help each other work synergistically in the body. So you don't necessarily want to just single one out unless it's like B12. If you're vegan or vegetarian, B12 is a must. You got to take that. And then also take a B complex. Okay, what else do I have going on here? Chlorophyll for sure. Let me grab it. So this baby blew up on TikTok. We finally got it back in stock. This is a simple magic liquid. You add it to your water. I do 3 drops a day throughout my water. And chlorophyll is a mega blood cleanser. It's also cooling in traditional Chinese medicine. It's a cooling food, so it helps to cool heat. And inflammation causes heat. So this is easy. It doesn't taste like anything. There's some out there that taste like mint and stuff like that. I don't like that. That's why I just brought in the neutral one. So chlorophyll is great. Maca spirulina. Spirulina also is a powder. I give it to Kai every single day in his yogurt or his smoothie or his moody, as we call it. He's such a little stinker. I wish he was here, but he's sleeping. Spirulina is very cooling as well, much like chlorophyll. So not a bad thing to add. Also very high in protein. Protein is also always good for women and also always good for your skin. Of course, you also want to make sure you're taking zinc. It's a mega tissue healer, great for scarring, and necessary in oil-producing glands of the skin. Okay, so we have gone over supplements, food, do's and don'ts, where you can get too many hormones from, if that sentence makes sense. And then as far as chakras go, if you're into chakras, acne is related to the root chakra. So your root chakra is your first chakra, your beautiful, bright red chakra. And imagine it just like the roots of a tree. So it's the chakra that grounds you, that keeps you supported in basically this world. It's developed during childhood, and it's the root core of our connection to the material world. It governs stability, survival, security, family, your tribal power, how confident you feel with your friends and family in your workplace, things like that. If you're experiencing a lot of hormonal acne and the root chakra is something you're interested in, rebalancing, some things that can help are eating grounding foods. So foods from the ground for your grounding root chakra. So root vegetables, carrots, parsnips, potatoes, beets. Beets would be a great idea because they're red and red is blood. So beets are super blood cleansing, which will help to clear up your skin, onions, and garlic. A few other things you might want to consider is a gentle liver detox. Does your liver just need a little bit of support? If you're experiencing hormonal acne, have you had your hormones tested? Now, in regards to that, so the Western medical system, the testing is pretty general. So if you get your hormones tested and you fall in the general, generic kind of lines, then they're going to say, yep, you're good, or no, you're not good. Even though you might still be experiencing symptoms and they say, yeah, you're good. And you're like, I'm confused, but then where is this coming from? So oftentimes you're going to need to dig a little bit deeper, which is why it's always great to do your own research, be your own advocate and your own doctor, because you know yourself best. I'm not saying to not go to the doctor. I think that's very important, but it's also important to trust yourself and know that if something doesn't feel right, but those tests say you're okay, then maybe you should consult some, third parties. So do you have a holistic practitioner? You could go to a naturopathic doctor. They're great at running multiple tests, other tests that doctors generally don't do. So you could check that out. As well, the Dutch test, if you've heard of it. It's a little bit pricey, but if you are seriously experiencing hormonal imbalances, like you have all the symptoms that I talked about in my IGTV a couple weeks ago, then you want to get this checked out because things will just get worse. The Dutch test is between $300 and $500, but it will nail it down. It will straight up tell you what's up for all your hormones. It is the best investment rather than wasting your money on multiple supplements and trying this and doing this test, because every test through the naturopathic doctor is going to cost something. So just go right to the point. So the Dutch test, you can look it up online and see what it's all about and see if that resonates with you. But I think it's amazing. It's awesome. Track your period to get insight. So track your period. If your period is regular and always every 28 days, and your follicular phase and your luteal phase are both a couple weeks, then you know you're good. You're on track. But when you track it, you can see when you ovulate. Is your ovulation like only 5 days from your first phase and things like that? So it's really, really great to track your period, not just to know when it's coming, but to know the lengths of all the parts of your cycles, right? Really, if right now has taught us anything, it's to really understand our own body and our own health, because we're all so different, and there is power in knowledge and power in knowing how you run as a human being and what you need. Moon cycling is cool. If you haven't heard of it, it's based on nuts and seeds and eating certain ones in your first phase of your menstruation and certain ones in your second phase of your menstruation. Dry brushing, gua sha, and facial rollers are all great as well because they get things moving. So are some of your issues just because things are stagnant? They're not moving. Movement is life. Get outside and move every day. Reduce your stress. Infrared saunas are also great. And then as far as products go, if you're experiencing hormonal acne, less is more. Oil cleansing. This is our triple threat. It's basic, but it's powerful. This is an infused product we put in the window for about 4 to 6 weeks, and then we straighten it out and use it to make this guy. So if you're experiencing hormonal acne, keep it simple. Keep it simple until your skin shifts and resets. Oil cleanse, tone, serum. That's it. Don't go crazy with exfoliation, chemical peels, overwashing. When you use a toner, make sure it's alcohol free, because the alcohol ones will strip your skin and throw off this beautiful microbiome, right? Your epidermis has a biome just like your gut does, and it's very important to keep it healthy. So oil cleansing. If you want to do a spot treatment, sometimes we have our Lunah spot treatment. You literally just need 1 drop. This baby is powerful. There's lots of pure essential oils in here mixed with a bit of calendula oil. Calendula is one of the most healing herbs for the skin on the earth. And you can combo it with the liquid gold. So this is our calendula-based serum as well. This would be a great, nice, light combo for the summertime. And then when it comes to, yes, less is more. It's true, less is more. The more you do to your skin, the more trouble you're going to be in, right? Also listen to your skin. You know what you need. I've been keeping my mornings really simple. I really don't do anything but put sunscreen on. And that wasn't how I felt like 4 months ago. So I'm just going with the flow. Gua sha. If you have hormonal acne, so generally it shows up on your jawline here, you want to gua sha under it. Don't gua sha into it, because gua sha is working up things that are stagnant in your lymph, right? Your lymph is one of the garbage filtration systems of your body. So if you're pushing stuff into your acne is gonna get worse. So I want you to go under your acne and drain what's happening. And remember, you drain into these little divots behind your collarbone. So you're just gently, this is at a 15-degree angle, you're not going down your neck like this. I'm not pressing hard, your lymph needs just a light touch to get things moving. You're going under here, and then give a little wiggle just behind your collarbone. We learned that that kind of tells your lymph to keep on moving. And then you want to make sure you're getting into your chest and you're really working things out, pushing it into your armpit. So neck and chest are big, nice drainage vessels for hormonal acne. If you have the Kanza one, same thing. You're doing everything down. If you're lifting up, again, you're pushing into the acne. So you're going down, and I encourage you to do all around the back of your neck. This is my favorite part. I just can never work these knots out back here. So yeah, you're going all the way around your neck, gently, gently, and then you're getting in there and nicely doing your chest. If you have the facial cup, same thing. You are doing, let me grab one and show you. Okay, so with the facial cups, this is a little bit more intense. You're not sliding it down, you're doing fish kisses. So kiss, live television, 1 second. Kiss, kiss, kiss. So this is, you still drain down the neck, but you're kissing it rather than flushing it, because this is more of an intense product. Why do I keep saying that? Product. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing across your chest as well with the tools. If you have hormonal acne, I would do this only once a week. The Kanza one, you're good to do every day. The gua sha, you're good to do every day. You judge on your skin, right? To see where it's at when you start flushing things out. If you are doing a mask with hormonal acne and you're doing a clay-based mask, remember, as soon as the outside starts to get dry, it's ready. You're ready to take it all off. Don't wait until the whole thing is like sand and then you try to take it off. It's generally gone a little bit too far, unless you have super, super oily skin. So super, super oily skin can kind of take their clay mask to that length. Do you do both? Do you do both, like Kanza one and gua sha? Is that what you mean? You can do, I would do them on alternating days. It might be a little bit too much. So I would do the cupping just one day separately, and then the gua sha, if you have both of these, you could do the gua sha and then the next day do the Kanza one kind of thing. But the cupping I would definitely keep away from gua sha and the Kanza one. I'm just kind of checking my list to see if I forgot anything here. If you have a derma roller and you have broken out, avoid that acne. Maskne. And that's it, guys. So if you just hopped on, I'm going to save this to my IGTV. We talked about supplements, food, do's and don'ts. Basically, you know what's up. If you don't feel well, but the tests come back that they're okay, go to a different practitioner. You need to find answers. The Dutch test is great. Period tracking is a really, really great way to see where you're at. Dig deep, learn about the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle, right? It's not just about the day that you have your period. There's so much more that goes on than just that. And that in itself can give you a lot of insight on where you're at. I think it's really, really cool to know about that stuff, especially because we're women. It happens to us all the time. We talked about supplements, lifestyle. Reducing stress is huge for hormonal acne, and keeping your skincare routine simple until your skin resets and is happy again. Okay, that's it. If you guys have any questions, DM me or throw them in the comments under this video that I'll save to the IGTV. I hope this was helpful. Yeah, it's a huge topic. So many people are dealing with it, and I feel like it's a very, very common. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. I loved connecting. This was great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have a really great day. Thank you for all of your support. Love you guys. And I will see you later. Bye.